default. See what happens there. Can you guys hear me now? Okay, hey Arthur, hey Bob. Yeah. JP's trying to be Payne. Hello, didn't do nothing. Okay. Welcome all. Like I said, normally I do manga on Wednesdays, and I guess I still could, but nobody has suggested anything. Yes, look at all those epic gems in the background. I have done a close-up video of them all, so I think it's still available to look at. I don't think it's on a playlist. Might have to put it on a playlist for you to find it otherwise. You did yesterday? I didn't realize. Elric, who were you suggesting? And did you want a link to come in? Just saw Juseek from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. Okay, that's fairly specific. But before we get on with all this wonderful stuff, share. I'm going to okay, no problem. Anyways, Kat sent me this wonderful drawing of one of my characters, Scorpio, female character, villain, part of the star charts, who will be part of thing. So I'm gonna unshare. I bring it into Photoshop here. I was gonna and as to JP about my character Cat, I'm hoping I do have the full profile somewhere on one of my old hard drives. I gotta find it. But this is her. What I've got at the moment. Her real name is Irene Rivers. She's a professional thief. She's 6 foot tall. She's 150 pounds. Blonde hair, which means I probably have to change the color of her hair. Yellow eyes. She's single. No group affiliation. City of residence, Vancouver, BC. And she first appears in Electide, I'm not sure what. Yes, villain. And she works with her cousin, Arthur Rivers, whose villain name is Kit. So you've got Kit and Cat. Or Cat and Kit. So I'm going to stop sharing while I try and find that character. That Elric said he suggested yesterday that I did not see. Like in Thundercat. Not Wily Kit and Wily Cat. No, not like in those, Bullet, if that's what you're referring to. because Kit has a completely different. Um, he doesn't have a feline look about him. Uh, I will show you a picture of Kit as well as Cat in a second here. Like I said, I'm trying to. I wasn't stealing from Thundercat's bullet. I was stealing from the chocolate bar Kit Kat. Yes, I was planning on doing that, JP. But I did say this is my manga day, and hey Eagle, trying to get the best. Image. Uh, Save image as. New folder. No, I did that. So I'm just getting some reference for drawing here. Unless somebody actually wants me to draw Marvel, maybe for sure tomorrow I will color Cat's drawing. Well, it's certainly not about a guy named John Dillard gaming the system. Dillard draws. This channel's about stealing cat. Okay. Okay, so I do think I only got like 3 images, but I think I got enough to draw JoJo. Okay. Rick, you look foggy. I don't know why. Okay, so I gotta bring up my referrals. Oh, I said I'd show cat. Well, kit and cat. Okay, so let's see. Do 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 do. PNGs. Okay, he's got this sexy filter on. Okay, so share. So there is cat. Although I got to do better in the face. I have done her. Did her in another drawing. This is it right here. Or you can't guys see it at the moment. I'll show you in a few minutes. So there is Kit. Her partner in crime. Her cousin partner in crime. Okay, so stop sharing. Let's get our switch to our wonderful other camera. You see completely nothing except for a piece of paper. And now I'm just give me a sec. I've got to get my reference for doing JoJo. Oh, Rick stars with the all new Piper the Swiper. Rick, you should make Cat wear thumb shirts, okay? So Cat is a criminal. Art imitates life. We found the market, Rick. Pure furries. Wow, Rick is getting big time. Multi-camera setup. I've had the multi-camera setup for a while. Bullet. Okay, so let's see. Here's a drawing I started a while back. It's supposed to be Kit and Cat together. Not for years, but months. Months, years, what's the difference? Time? Uh, yes, it is a chocolate bar, Elric. I used the name to create a couple characters. Rick, all of your barrels, or in a marginalized group. Rick has no respect for IPs. Ah. And Rick's like, I know Rick has no respect for the IPs. That's why he draws him so much. It's food. It's food. It's public domain. No wonder Europe needed Article 13. My new character, Steakum. It's going to be awesome, says Model. Yeah, sounds like a vampire hunter. Hey, Cat. Cat says, I'm going to have to watch. And I have to watch this stream from the beginning. The chat. Laugh out loud. I showed off your piece at the beginning, or near the beginning, after we got through the technical difficulties here on stream of no sound, Cat. I was going to color it, but, and I will still color it. Joy. No, I do not have a character named Joy often. But this is my manga day. I thought nobody had suggested anything, but somebody had. So I'm doing JoJo from Something Bizarre Adventure. I look for. So as long as nobody suggests a Marvel character for tomorrow, unless I get to it today, because I got to end around 2 today. So maybe I'll start coloring it. And actually, I'm going to need Bob's and Elric's help in a bit. I got to rename some files. And I forget what certain anime characters are called, so that I've did in the past here. I look forward to the Three Musketeers or Eat More. Well, Three Musketeers, that was actually taken from a book for the name. As far as I know. So they've already stolen it off a book. Actually, I should do that while you guys are here. Auction. Okay. View X. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay. I will help. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this good enough. Who is this character again? Or do I need to? Oh, Elric or Bob? E-O. Okay, and this one? I don't need to know what they're from. I just need to know the name. Well, I might need that to know that when I go to try and sell them, but or what's her major what? Okay. Ma Coco Kusanag. Hi. This one, yeah. Not sure how you pronounce that. But who's this guy? Character? Now? Above that one that you're on. Oh, that thing? No, that's not quite a technical creature. That's just something I made up. Okay, so on the fly. I'll get you a better look at it from. And I wouldn't say that it's tentacles, but not. I'll show you in a sec after I get this last one. I'll do an open with paint. I was on Misfit Corner Comics and we had to make up some sort of scary monster, and this is what I came up with. So you sort of do have, it's got like, I guess it is tentacles, but with thorns all over it or some sort of spikes, some sort of tail, female, wacky looking spider eyes. Yeah, there's all the eyes in there. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 or 10. And then it's got all these horns above it. So put that down. Put that down. And hello, Lorenzo. There's that. I will stop sharing. So I can get back to looks very I can't pronounce that. Chitula. Uh, and Elric saying he has the same statue from what I'm going from. Cool. Cathalu. Well, it says. still think I'm missing one or two of my anime drawings in that. I have to look around. Might not have scanned them in yet. Were they stolen? I don't think so. No, it's a colored one that one that I colored in somewhat. Thought I had scanned it, but unless I gave it the name because it was on it, I didn't need any help naming because it was already named. Some of the stuff does have the names on, enough for me to make it out. Rick, what does the character Squeaker wear over her eyes and legs? Uh, her legs. Let's see. John is getting into one of my characters. I take it, I mean, my older version of Squeaker from World War II. The one would be like a visorish type thing. Almost. You see them more back from the 1930s, 40s on newspaper reporters or stuff like that. And as for her legs, some sort of boot, I would say, with the front toe cut out and I think at the back cut out too. If I remember my look completely for the character. Okay. No, it's just the front cut out, so. And that's just some sort of visor. Um, Not exactly a flat cap. Give me a sec. I think I got one around here. Okay, yeah, I found it. Yeah, like this. Yeah. Yeah, well, the character is supposed to operate during the Second World War. Elric. I had realized Marvel and DC had characters from operating during the Second World War, so a long time back I decided to do that, create my quote unquote golden age heroes. I have 5 main ones of them. I'll probably release more in the future. Got a couple ideas for that too. Why cut the toe boot boot toe area? I have no idea. I just thought it looked good at the time for whatever dumb reason.
What's up, Rick?
Hey, Tank.
How you doing, bud?
Good. Here, let me get my earphones in. I don't want to mess with the audio out there. Okay, my earphones are in. I am doing good.
It's
Tank.
good to hear, man. It's good to hear. Yeah, I kind of canceled my appearances yesterday. I was feeling pretty crummy. Lost my voice.
Ooh, not good.
Well, I'd done a lot of talking and whatnot over the weekend, so been running my mouth a lot.
Okay. One sec. Lorenzo's saying I completely ignored his thing. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Lorenzo's going
Lorenzo.
on about the flying spaghetti monster. Do you know all about the flying spaghetti monster? I was touched by his noodly appendage. Yes, I
That's
know.
right.
I know about the guru of atheism
Yes, that's right.
and
The
the
uh, the
flying.
the flying spaghetti monster that evolved from a land-based manicotti.
Yeah, only problem with that, Dillard, the characters from like the 1940s, 30s, 40s, when she operates, leg warmers weren't a thing. Sorry, go on.
Rick, the JP4 is suggesting that you do an RPG with all your characters. I don't think that's a. I think that's a good idea. That's
Yeah,
actually a good idea.
yeah,
Lorenzo says
I
you are an
want
RPG.
Yes, I've wanted to do some sort of video game for years for my characters. I've obviously thought of like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat type fighting games.
Well, yeah, no, well, you're in the Independent Creators Connection, dude. You know the dude that's been working on that Black Salt video game?
No, I'm in it, but
No?
I don't know about it. Unfortunately, I don't go into a
Oh,
lot of my
dude.
groups. My group set.
Oh man, Black Salt is it's an indie comic character fighting a game featuring, of course, Black Salt from the indie graphic series. But no, they're building a whole new engine. Like they started from the ground up to build a good fighting game that could bring to life indie characters. And granted, they're in the early stages, and it's basically friends and family characters and stuff that are in on the deal right now, and that's totally awesome because I would love to
Yeah,
see this develop into a fully developed project and be like, dude, can I get in on that? I would love to do a 2065 Retribution like expansion or a Cross Comics expansion to said game. So Yeah, we need to support people like that are working on that, like Kronos
Yeah,
Chiron, Model 316.
yeah.
Like these people are building infrastructure that is going to greatly help our industry.
Okay, let's see. Let's try to see if I can get caught up with some of these chats. It's going.
Sure.
Rick needs to draw the 25th bomb from Tower of God, says Bob. I guess that's for next week. For he's suggesting for Manga Day, Anime Day.
Huh?
Rick, just trying to figure out which are the good ones. JP4 says, I need you to draw a fruit cart at one in a 1th scale, a 1/48th scale, medical style. Okay, and did you do nothing? Didn't do nothing, says Rick's in it. No, I think Tank was saying for my characters to be in an expansion.
Yeah, well, no, I was it was no, Rick's not in the game. He's in a Facebook group where the creator of the game is in the same group. And it's a semi-active group. It's a fun group on Facebook. Do recommend you join. Independent Creators Connection, no drama, just comics, fan art, everything from your friendly neighborhood creator who like Rick, who's working on building an empire to you got seasoned professionals hanging out in there. Yeah, they do. They're looking. They look at ICC. Yeah. No, it's a good group, man. It's a good group, good positivity. I like that kind of stuff.
Lorenzo says Rick needs to be turned into a video game character.
Agreed.
Yeah, he is. JP4 is saying, and a Falcon, okay. A Falcon 1/48th scale. Rick the animator. I need these by Friday, Rick. Sounds good, Bob.
Sounds good, Bob.
I guess Bob's saying about what he's reading. So it's important, but not important. He's a manga he's reading. Especially when he's
only 200 chapters in, and it's really it's really long. No kidding. Only 200 chapters in. Oh my goodness. It's like trying to catch up on One Piece.
Yeah. Well, apparently these mangas are very long things. But then again, how long is a chapter?
Well, yeah, and like a chapter is it varies. They're short there's short stories, the little short comics usually. But the pacing allows them to squeeze in a decent amount of content into a few pages. It's pretty. I like manga.
Yeah. Bullet puts a link in for some steam powered. GP4 says, Tank, I have some video from a friend shooting shooting an Abraham's tank.
An Abrams tank? Oh, nice. No, we call that tank prawn. We like tank prawn.
And John says, I will do an RPG for my original character, Canadian Buckler, Insect O, Snow Ridge, Parallel Boot, Static Wave, and the rest. Link to the game on the stream if you want to see it in action. One Piece is 900 plus chapters, says Bob. CG, I'm not sure what he means, but Bob means by that. 200 chapters is nothing, says Ulrich.
Yeah.
Bob says. Chapter is 30 ages or less. I think he means pages, Bob said. John, don't forget Soul Reaper, says JP. Of course, Soul Reaper, says John. Weekly manga is 19 pages a month. Weekly manga is 19 pages. A month is 30 pages.
Okay.
It's for the Black Salt game he was talking about, Rick. Okay, that's the link. The Black Salt game you were talking about earlier by that person in...
yeah, Black Salt. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
Bullet,
that stuff is...
Bullet put a link to it.
Awesome.
No.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I've been watching this develop from like the early concept sketch stages their trials and tribulations with having to, expand their knowledge of code. It's been awesome. It's been I love watching this stuff develop, man. Like Cornrows from Brian Hawkins, available on Indiegogo right now. Really good, gritty vigilante story. It's hard to be a hero. It's hard to be a hero, especially when your emotions are on the line. It's a good story. Yeah, go definitely back that. It's my plug of the morning. Well, that and Tales from Beyond the Gate. I mean, come on now, you want it by your satisfaction. Dude,
yeah, and he says
seriously,
he's holding a ghost NGA shell too. Okay, Dylan says, I mean my OC Spirit Reaver.
oh.
Dr. Pepper confirms his JP4. Today, if you can get me some pics to what you're gonna be putting up for Sunday.
Absolutely. That's one thing I was gonna talk to you about. I was like, yep, I'm gonna send you those pics today.
Yeah, I'll probably do the editing of the video tomorrow.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'll have them into you today. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on my docket. I was kind of like, I took a sick day yesterday and just rested up and, vitamins and healthy food and that kind of junk, lots of water.
Yeah.
And I got some stuff to get caught up on today. I got to finish up some sketches and get them scanned for a client. Finished up a character design, final approval. So that is good. And I don't know if I'm going to make it to the post office today. I'm supposed to mail out the stuff from this last weekend. But that one day, one sick day, throws the entire schedule into chaos. So it's like, I'm probably going to have to do that tomorrow. Get that mailed out because I still have to get the prints done for the coloring pages that are goodies that are going inside with the pictures. And I found the good paper, found a nice, good coloring paper. It's textured, but it's not wimpy, so it's not going to tear or be wrecked by ink if you're using ink on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was good, and I found it for a good price.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah, no, I have these really cool coloring pages coming out with that, so that's fun.
Santa Raven's in the chat again. Says,
"Hail Raven,
hello, sexy and non-sexy people."
Aw, thank you. Said hello to people like me, the non-sexy variety. I wish I was sexy like Rick.
Yeah, and some people didn't see today a show. Everybody's going to be shocked at what I'm about to show. Some people didn't say anything yet. I shaved again.
Holy moly! Rick, you need to get some. You need to get some bounce to that head of hair of yours, man. You're in your mid-40s and you got a head of hair like that, dude. You need to Fabio that up. Go get yourself some Vidal Sassoon with the collagen and protein and all that other science
that we have no idea what it's about. More bounce to the ounce.
Yeah, more bounce to the ounce, man. Got to put some bounce in that hair. Pimp it like Fabio.
We got a clap from Bob about, I guess, the shaving. Let's see. John Dillon says, RP will feature my 8 premier OC characters. And Bullet asks, is it a fully inclusive characters? Bullet says, get waves, Rick.
That's right. Get some
All right.
waves.
Dylan says, all my OC characters are super minorities. They have at least 4 levels of oppression.
You have no idea how many boxes these characters check off.
Santa Raven saying get dreadlocks for me. Elric says clean shaven is always good.
Oh yeah, well, dreadlocks are cultural appropriation these days, despite pretty much every culture in the world having dreadlocks throughout prehistory. But my logic.
And last time I knew, copying somebody, what happened to the old phrase, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery or something to that effect?
Well, well, there is cultural appropriation sometimes, that does happen. Like the Japanese and the Germans in the US, oh, we're really good at it. Like Magnificent Seven, come on now, that's Seven Samurai. Like okay, it does happen. We do sometimes take stuff and then go, hey, look at what I made. And okay, I dig it. That's kind of BS, man. You give credit where credit is due, right? But people get all bent out of shape over like the littlest things, like because some white kid has dreadlocks. It's like, dude, that doesn't mean that they're stealing someone else's culture, right? Yeah. I mean,
I guess the cultural appropriation. I guess the Italians have to give up spaghetti because the Chinese made
right. Like the Italians got to give it. Yeah, no, seriously, right? All noodles back to China. Screw you, Italy. Pardon my language. No more marinara for you.
That's just how cultures grow. Everybody gets something from everybody.
Well, that's why we have the subject of history. Is one of the things that we have, the reason why we have the subject of history, so that credit goes where credit is due. If you understand history, you're like, oh, actually, that's really cool. It comes from that culture over there. That's kind of neat that it's like a part of this culture on the other side of the world now.
Santa Raven says, did Tank assume Rick's ethnicity?
I assumed that Rick was thoroughly honkified and full of whitery.
Flit says the MCU Hemdale culturally appropriated Norse culture.
Well, and it's fun. Right. It's funny. It's fun that the MCU kind of did that because it was like, okay, not just Vikings make it to Valhalla, right? I was like, okay, cool, I can dig that. You've got like this Moorish dude. You've got Idris Elba. He's the Moorish dude, and you've got I'm guessing he was Chinese just based on like looking at his fight choreography because he used a lot of kung fu. So, you got this epic Chinese warrior and, you got people, you got this weird flamboyant Englishman. Like, what the heck is he doing in Valhalla? Well, apparently he made it. So, Valhalla, I like it. Valhalla's inclusive. I can dig that. I'm down. I'm down with that. But nobody bats an eye. It's like, it's so funny. Like one of the articles I read recently, I laughed so hard. They were like, it was this back and forth, just terrible vitriol. I don't want to call it a conversation. It was more like a temper tantrum. About Greek characters in Greek stories, that are not defined as being black in the Greek stories being changed to being black. And the thing that spun me though was this one person was like, well, it's mixing it up. White people can't have it forever. And I was like, you do realize that Greeks are like they're not white, dude. They're Mediterranean. They're olive skinned. They are not pasty pink people. So, that by definition, technically they're people of color.
Yeah.
If you want to get picky about those things, I don't. I think it's racist to get picky about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on in the chat, dude?
Let's see what do we got. JP said I should give history on Canada during my show. Dillard
Oh
says
yeah.
my RPG will feature the latest and greatest in accountability dodging. You win win if you're able to convince the government to give you an Obama phone.
What?
JP
Oh my
said before
goodness.
a bunch of this stuff, Rick's superpower is his truth. Bullet said, "Is there a Jesse Smollett story? I forget, not sure how to pronounce that. Base story arc, I guess in Dillard's thing.
Yes, it's called Privilege Comes with Money.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Him getting off though.
No, dude. We've in the last couple of weeks, we've had two rich dudes get away with just the most atrocious stuff. Paul Manafort's only going to jail for 4 years, and he's going to Club Fed. That guy is guilty of treason. And Jesse Smollett, who, this guy wasted public services, faked a hate crime,
Yeah,
which actually really detracts and hurts the actual hate crimes. Like all these people that cry wolf, it's sick. It's sick.
actually, I heard his what he got was 2 days of community service and something else.
Yeah, no, I've had friends get. I've known people that have gotten harsher punishments for smoking a doob in an empty
Oh,
park.
oh,
You
I
know
know
what I
the
mean?
other thing.
That's baloney.
And the other thing is the $10,000 that he had to put up for bail. He doesn't get it back.
Well, yeah, of course, because that's bail. Um,
Yeah, but
that's it.
if you show up normally for court and all that, you get that money back. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's ridiculous, you know.
No, and that's yeah. No, yeah, he should pay a fine. $10,000 is pretty light as far as like restitution, because that dude wasted hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars of
Yeah.
government resources. Um, yeah, no, I like him and Paul Manafort, dude. Lucky, they're lucky, and it's because they've got money and or fame, and that goes a lot. That goes pretty far these days.
Yeah, and he's also got those other virtual signaling things too, you know.
Well,
Yeah, I'm black.
sadly,
I shouldn't have to pay the price, although I perpetrated a fake hate crime.
yeah, no, the funniest meme I saw come out of that was, and it was so wrong. I am going straight to hell for laughing at it, but it was the first time an American cons Nigerians. Oh man, it's not true because there was a guy who conned the American guy. He's like from the South. He conned Nigerians out of money when they were trying to con him out of money. He pulled the same scam that they were trying to pull on him. He, of course, sent the money to the government and reported them, but still, he did it.
Actually, he should have found people that were scammed by them and give them some of the
Well,
money.
that's where the money goes to restitution funds. That's where it went. It went to restitution funds, to kind of help people out with that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, no. No, Jesse Smollett and Paul Manafort should be sharing a maximum security cell together for a hot minute. I think the the term is dumpster fire of human being. That's the popular
Yeah.
vernacular these days.
And he's probably, some people have said he's probably going to get rehired on the show that he was on too.
Well, I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't believe in deplatforming or dejobbing. I think that is the studio's call.
Yeah.
And it is the consumer's call as to whether or not they're going to watch the show. I would say, dude, don't let the actions of one person on a team of people on a project
Yeah.
ruin it for the rest of the people that worked hard on that project. Um, because it's messed up. Brie Larson ran her mouth, said some pretty mean stuff, and I think of all the people, all the grips and the animators and everybody who worked on that film that had to suffer for that. But luckily, they didn't have to suffer because that movie's doing really good. So I'm super happy that both. Well, I'm not super happy about Captain Marvel. I am a Monica Rambeau purist, and hashtag justice for Monica. Although that probably already belongs to Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm happy that Alita Battle Angel's doing good.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm happy for the people that worked on the Marvel movie that their movie is making money and that their paychecks are good.
Yeah.
Marvel may not pay well in comics, but they do pay well for movies. It's a good gig to get if you're in one of the unions, one of the entertainment unions like Grips or something like that.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good gig. It's hard work. It's terrible hours, but dude, oh my goodness, that pay is so good.
Yeah. Well,
It's
they
so
pay you
good.
good for your time
Oh
because
yeah.
the movies make money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, like, dude, seriously, like the lowest paid person on one of those production sets is like making $30 an hour US. But that is grueling work. Needless to say, there is a methamphetamines problem in the tech crew side of the movie industry.
Yeah.
Well, we like to sweep this stuff under the rug, right? Well, we shouldn't.
True. Very true.
Issue's an issue, man.
But I guess that's enough on that subject for sure. Don't want to get seen somebody mention it in the chat, so I figured I'd say something on it. The whole junk and all that.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. Drugs bad. Drugs very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Like
the whole
seriously, even
Jesse
Rain Man
Somali
gets
thing.
that.
Yeah. And the whole Jesse Somali thing.
Oh
Just,
yeah, no, we said our piece on that, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lorenzo says John Dillert, a Nigerian prince. All hail. All your Narnia are belong to him.
Yes, all hail Prince Dilly Dilly of Nigeria.
So there is my JoJo from whatever Bizarre Adventures.
That's really cool, dude.
or no, from I forget what they said it was earlier.
That's some clean line work.
You forgot to put the anchors on his collar. Oh yeah, I seen them there. It's just getting a good picture to. Then I got a picture here. One of my few things.
So, Rick, have you seen that Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix?
No, not yet.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Unfortunately, at the moment, I do not have Netflix, although I am thinking of
Uh-oh.
getting it back. I had it for a while, finances, and then so I'm thinking of getting it back soon.
There you go. Yeah, it was really good. I mean, not every episode's a 100% winner for everybody, but it really did bring me back to the old days of Heavy Metal Magazine.
That's one thing I haven't read. I don't think I've ever really read Heavy Metal magazine.
Yeah, it was a fun collection of short stories. And what's people just can't help but complain though. You got people on the left and right saying it's bad, and it's like, guys, it's stories, and what's incredible is that they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They got you guys to talk about it. You're seeing different things. These are good stories. Even the weakest of the stories is actually still a pretty good story.
Let's see. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Bob saying his name is not Jojo Rick. Okay, whatever his name is then. Can't be expected to remember all these anime character names when I only draw them once and then I forget about them.
Flashcards, my friend, flashcards.
Okay, and then and it's Prince Dilly Daddy says Flit. JP said he can't see.
Oh, right,
his
my
head.
bad.
No, I meant for my character.
No, I was saying to Flit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right.
yeah.
My bad.
Okay, now you can see the head, hopefully, JP. And Lorenzo saying Naria is pronounced Naria. Naira. It's what Nigerians use for currency instead of dollars, or pounds or rupees. Okay, yeah, you get it. I've heard. I've seen other stuff before. Let's see, like quintillas or something like that when I went to Guatemala, and I'm sure it'll be something different when I go to El Salvador.
Dude, a couple months back, I found a fantastic flatter from Nigeria. Speaking of Naira. And I can't find her profile right now, so I hope nothing bad happened to her.
Yeah.
Those females have it real rough in that country. Like that's like, while people scream about oppression over here, like in the Western world, it's like, oh no, man, you need to go look at places like Sierra Leone and Nigeria, dude. That's rough. It's rough.
Yeah. JP says, how about cartoons? I guess talking about cartoons or talking about them or remembering the names. I'm not sure what he means. Bullet then goes, the quality art is varies so widely with heavy metal, though. Quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets artistic sometimes. Like, it gets kind of artsy. It's a mix of because it's an anthology, each episode is different. Some of it's a mix of like live action and CG. Some of it's a mix of some of it's traditional animation. Some of it's digital, and then you've got your CG animated, and then you've got some art house type stuff going on where they're just trying to do something new, something kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one that's actually just beautifully rotoscoped. It's almost hard to tell that it looks like it's CG, but you're like, wait a minute, this is rotoscoped. This is awesome. This is good work.
Okay, let's see. Elric says, okay, JoJo is the nickname of every main character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the part of the Joestar family. but Josuke is the main name of the character from Part 4. His nickname is JoJo. Okay. And
That's
JP4.
right. And if you want to learn more about this and other manga, go over to El Recuba's channel, go subscribe, and hit that bell button for notifications because breakdowns and reviews of new chapters come out quite often. So you're going to definitely want to hit that bell.
Maybe not necessarily all their histories or exact histories, but also I've been working on them for like 30 years, most of them. So that's why mangas I see once and then it's like on to the next. And
No, I
everybody
dig on
here,
that, dude. I dig on that. I spent a long time developing my own projects as I held down real jobs and just couldn't get around to never got the chance to really get out ahead and actually put out my own stuff. I'm always doing stuff for other people.
yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna try and color this Scorpio that Cat drew for me, but I've got to get it so it's right.
Ooh.
One of my characters, of course. I do have the history of her right here too.
So I'm going to do
History,
what
power.
Larry from Rebel Comics is doing. I'm going to be coordinating with him. I'm going to be doing some WWE 2K19.
Oh,
And
cool.
I'm going to replace the entire roster. There will be no WWE superstars up in that. Nope. It's going to be all indie characters. And so who like my heavyweight champion's going to be. It's going to be Canadian Shield
Okay, cool.
with a big old maple leaf on his chest, luchador mask on, everything. He's going to wreck.
Yeah, I've actually done stuff like that myself. My buddies got some wrestling stuff. My PS3, I have a bunch from I think 2018, 2019, where I've went and done that. Started creating my characters.
Well, yeah, the game's only $60, so all I got to do is like sell a piece of art, and I could justify that. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
one of the things that I can actually talk about because we don't need any pictures for it because the picture is already in your mind, and that is the 8x10 anything goes auction starting off at $80. Anything goes. You want an epic space battle? Green Lantern Corps versus Netro Corps uh versus Red Lantern Corps? Done. I'll try and squeeze it on that 8x10. I got some tiny pens. You wanted
Just
just
trying
a
to get.
single pinup with like a cool background? Cool. And why the 8x10? Because it fits into a photo frame real easy. It's
If you're keeping that thing out for a while, maybe when I get some extra money, I
all right.
might
Yeah.
get you to. I might try and get you to do the Holy Warriors versus one of my villain groups. So I
There
know
you
I'd
go.
have to give you a lot of reference for that.
No, that's fine. And that's like we'll we're going to start the bidding at $80 and just see how far it goes. That's $1 per square inch. So that's super cheap. That's super cheap for a commission from me. Um,
Yeah.
Especially anything goes because my prices vary based on the complexity of the subject. They can vary quite wildly. I'm not one of these guys where it's like, oh yeah, a full page is just like a set price. It's like, well, what you got going on that full page? How much composition work am I going to have to put into this? Because for every finished picture you see, there is at least half a dozen you didn't.
I hate this trying to get it. Figuring out just the right thing to work with here.
Well, whatever you do,
Too
don't use
hard.
the airbrush tool.
Well, no, right now I'm doing an image trace, and there's different versions, so
Right.
you can get it. I want the line work complete, but unfortunately, it seems every time I use it, it's whatever version I use, it doesn't quite get it right.
Well, as a digital painter myself, nothing drives me wackier than the airbrush tool used like consistently,
Yeah.
or soft brushes
Okay.
used all the time. Well, because in real lighting,
Um,
you have harsh, differences between light and dark, and you have soft differences between light and dark. So you gotta change it up.
yeah. Okay, let's see. Bullet said, I always find it funny when people who want to work in comics call other jobs real jobs. Laugh out loud.
Right? Even though, and I'm telling you right now, dude, dude, I served in the army. I was on tanks. I was in war, and I'll tell you right now, comics is the hardest job I have ever had. It has the worst hours I have ever had.
Well, the hardest part with it really is because it's not 9 to 5. It's whenever the heaven you want. So then it's
Well,
you're making sure you sit down and do what you got to do.
for me, it's whenever I'm awake. My major
Yeah,
thing is trying to find time to sleep and spend time with my family.
yeah.
And
Uh,
yeah, no, sleep deprivation related health issues are not uncommon for me over the last few years, where I've just like, I've like seriously, I'll go to sleep for like a whole day because I have been up on, with light caffeine because I don't drink a whole lot of caffeine even, um, for almost a week, just working on a project. Mind's stuck on it. When you're in a groove,
yeah,
man, you're in a groove.
yeah, for sure. Let's see. Okay. Lorenzo says El Salvador used to use the colon or colon. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but apparently the government adopted the dollar back in 2001. The U.S. dollar.
Yes, yes, and that's because El Salvador is fiscally reliant on the U.S. since Guatemala uh, enacted heavy anti-migrant worker policies, and that hasn't turned out so good for El Salvador or Guatemala because now Guatemala doesn't have the workers for their farms, and El Salvador is out of work because that was a large part of their income was migrant workers, migrant farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, no. Geopolitics. It's messed up.
Okay. Let's see. Lorenzo saying hello, Joshua. Joshua came in, and
Hello,
he
brother
puts a
Joshua,
link
Hill
to
Raven.
something. Space Gallery's here. Hey, Space. And he says, "So what's up, wonderful creatures?" Um, Elric says, at last, you're not so crazy. Something Oda creator from One Piece who gets about 3 to 4 hours of sleep a day works about 18 to 20 hours a day. Oh, he's saying the creator of
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No, and he's and what's really funny is that guy is actually like one of those Stanley-esque medical mysteries. Um, because it's rare. He's rare. Like that guy actually doesn't need that much sleep. His sleep is so much more efficient than a regular person's sleep. I want to know what the secret is, dude.
yeah,
Like I wish I could consistently run on 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night and not be like hearing music by week 2 when there is no
yeah,
music. That it's usually the same song over and over again with the lyrics wrong, and that's when I know the sleep deprivation, my good old friend, has kicked in. AC/DC's Thunderstruck, but the lyrics are all wrong. So, like, seriously, like, one time shortly after my first daughter was born, while I was in the Army, you get 14 days, you get 2 weeks of, or no, I got 10 days, sorry, 10 days of paternal leave. And so during that paternal leave, I'm up at all hours and whatnot. And then when I get off the paternal leave, I got to go back to work. And so our first thing is we're going to go out to the field and set up the tactical operations center and tear it down, set it up, tear it down ad nausea for 12 hours a day. And then I would go home and I would take care of the baby so that the wife could finally sleep. And by day 3, I started hearing music. This was the first time I ever had an audio hallucination from sleep deprivation, right? Day 3 of just running full bore and no sleep. Yeah. I start hearing AC/DC's Thunderstruck. Now, Sergeant Major said nobody was supposed to be bringing any like boom boxes out to the field. This wasn't fun and games. We were there. I'm trying to concentrate on work here. Can we turn it off? And he just looks at me and goes, "When was the last time you slept?" I was like, he goes, "That's what I thought." Go rack out. That's an order. New parents. Yeah, I have no idea why it's always AC/DC's Thunderstruck.
Let's see. Space says, I keep missing Sunday night auction. How's it going for you? It's going pretty good.
It's an upward trending graph.
Yeah, slowly building. You know, it was building there for a while. We had one bad week. And then the next week, we did pretty good. And actually, it's one of my things that brings in a lot of viewers too.
Yeah, no, it's growing, dude. You're building something good here. And I really like that. I really like that a lot of artists are like me. They're because I don't know anybody's personal secret financial transactions or anything of that sort, but giving Rick a tip or a commission for giving them a platform to make some bucks, dude, that's good, honest business. I like that. That makes me happy.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about that. I figure.
I know, man. But it's the principle of the matter. It's the you give a platform to help, and it's only kind that you should get some cream off of that. You know what I mean? I think a tithing is quite fair.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the least I can. That's the least I could do. And
the great thing about this too is most of this stuff is stuff that you've had sitting around for a few years or whatever. Well,
me not so much. Around and it needs a good home. It needs a home.
Yeah. So it gets it out of your hair, and you're making some money. So
yeah,
so if it's going for a little bit cheaper than what you would want, it doesn't matter a super lot because it's been stuck around your house, not making
exactly.
any money anyway.
It's worth what it's worth to the person who is buying it, and that is what it's worth. And I can take that as a metric. That's a statistical metric that I can use. Of okay, that piece sold for that much. It had that kind of like composition, detail, whatever, particulars it had, and it took me X amount of time. So therefore it took, Y dollars per hour, for me to do, that's how I made Y dollars per hour on that. Is that acceptable or not? And then, up my game accordingly. Like for me personally, I need to not be so picky when it comes to composition because I will spend way too much time on that.
Model says, I have a pan of mac and cheese in the fridge that has been laying around here. Pizza place. Willing to let it go. Yeah, well, I don't think people are going to buy that.
Yeah, well, it's vintage.
Some people might consider it art.
Some might consider it science. But why can't it be both?
Art that is science. Science art.
Oh, that would be so disgusting. Just like make a macaroni picture, but use like finished macaroni, then put it like in a plexiglass box and just let it culture. Let it get all sorts. Sneeze on it, cough on it, get it some color. Oh, that's so gross. Put it in a plexiglass box and throw it in the Louvre. Oh, that's now my one on my bucket list. I'm gonna get macaroni art into the Louvre. It's gonna be both art and science. Thank you, model. You have inspired me. Oh man. But knowing my luck, it's going up next to that creepy, uh, suggestively dancing ugly robot that dances in front of a mirror. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that, but it's real creepy.
Uh, is it showing my screen or not? No, I'm not even. I thought I was showing my screen. Great. Not showing my
Oh, I thought
screen.
you were too. All right, brother. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get back to work here.
Uh-huh.
Mind if I throw in a quick plug, real quick?
No, go ahead.
Awesome. Well, y'all can catch me tonight at I think 7:30 Pacific on Draw and Talk with Tyler, and we are going to be discussing what makes a good villain. So this should be very, very interesting. I've been working hard on getting my talking points up so we can have a fun and hopefully enlightening conversation. Rick's concentrating. Shh, nobody make a noise. Rick is like a cup of tea left out in a summer sun. He's concentrating. And on that note, and bad dad joke, I bid you all adieu.
Hello? Can everybody hear me? Okay. I know you can. I can hear myself from out there. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, something went wrong, went wacky with my stuff. So I had to restart my Hangouts. So here is Scorpio. Let's see. Scorpio has no idea of how to fight. All her powers she wields come from the suit she wears. This gives her metahuman strength that allows her to shoot darts from her wrist mounted bracelets. The darts are filled with paralyzing properties and can be shot at great distances. She has complete control of the tail that is attached to the suit and uses it to sting people, which the poisonous barb at the end of it. Also, the suit gets. Am I being heard? Yeah, okay. Also, the suit gives her protection from small arms fire whenever what other gadgets and gizmos the suit entails is unknown at this time. I don't know if she got that costume right. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna bring up sketch here. Trying to figure all this out to set it up for this sort of thing. Oh. Bob says, I finally finished my homework. But you can all see that because I'm showing all this digital stuff. So many windows, so little time. Okay, so. And a little bit of Scorpio's history for those that do not. Jennifer was raised virtually in beauty pageants from day one. She was put into commercials as a baby. When she turned 21, she began trying out for the Miss Canada pageant. By the time she was 24, she was accepted into the pageant of that year. Tragically, she came in last place. This sent her over the edge, vowing to avenge her disgrace. Passing by a trash can, she sees a magazine entitled Black Market Tech. Discard it. Feeling foolish about getting something out of the trash, she bends down and snags the magazine out of the trash. Upon getting home, she looks through it and finds the scorpion costume with all the latest gadgets and gizmos. She decides this is the perfect way to avenge her disgrace. She sends for it via mail. After receiving the gear, she begins terrorizing the judges from the beauty pageant. And you'll probably see some of that in The Wiz, number 8, where she first appears. Because her real name is Jennifer Coren. She's model slash beauty pageantaire. She's approximately 6'4", 160 pounds, strawberry blonde hair, brown eyes, single part of the star charts. And her first appearance is in The Wiz number 8. Where did I get a black market text? Hello, mother. Oh. Let's see. Open. Let's see, yeah. We will, Rick, we will. When does that come out? What? That issue? Well, that'd probably be close to a year once things get started. You know, Canadian Shield number 1, number 2, Snowdrift number 1, and so forth. And then there's even more. Snowdrift, Flame, Insecto, Ozona, then The Wiz for number 1. I didn't commit to that. Where's fan art? Fan art, fan art, fan art, fan art. I thought I had fan art here. Oh, right there. I'm missing something here. I'm missing my layers. Where do I find my layers? Oh, right there. Yeah. I see them now, George. Yeah. On this. Hold on. I need to take something out here that I did not take out. Realize I needed to. Okay, why is this? Okay, magic wand. Why am I clicking the whole darn thing when I click one piece? Okay, so let's live. Okay, let's see. make. Did you draw that? No, the cat drew this. I'm just going to try and color it in Autodesk. And let's export. Well, actually, before we export, let's see. And we also need to take that out because it's on the wrong shoulder pad. And the wrong look. So let's see. I'm going to export. And this should have been called Scorpio. Why does it still there? But it won't let me do anything about it. Let's see. Okay, now that it's. This seems like a little. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Okay, let's see. Control. Oh. No. Okay, so let's see. We have this to our background. Let's use our eraser and see what happens. Ah, see? Can't you just make separate layers and color it in that program? I can, but I've been experimenting with this program here, and I think the coloring in this is a little better. And also stuff like a little easier to do this erasing stuff. Well, especially for things that don't want to be erased, like this area here. As you noticed, I was having some trouble taking it out. Compared to that other program and doing the shading and all that, it's good. I won't sell it short. But this seems a little closer to what some of the other people used. Sketchbook, not sketchbook, the manga or clip art. So till I can get it, can't you just select the way to? Um, uh, might be able to here. I couldn't in the other one. I was trying to, as you saw, but for some dumb reason, it would not let me. Go change the brightness to opaque. Okay, so we'll grab the eraser. No. Well, it says I would die before I got anywhere done. The one thing I don't like about this program for sure, though, is the fact that you can't. A lot of the line stuff and all that doesn't work quite the same. The shortcuts and that. Where is color? Oh. Hey, Matt. He says, I use Manga Studio Pro Clip Studio. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I'd like to use that, but I gotta buy it first. Okay, so uh, add I will in a bit. I might do it in the next couple weeks. Take a little bit of that money I get from auctions. Let everybody know that I'm gonna go try and get that. Okay, that's the only other thing I hate about this is you can't move it off to the side without not having it at all. Days, minutes, days per minute. So let's see. Grab our. Oh, we need to make some layers here. You won't necessarily see me do that because I got that thing on another screen. I'm just gonna make a bunch of them. I'm gonna lock that layer. Will come here. We'll lock all our layers except for the colors that we want. One layer at a time. Although I'm going to be stopping in about 6 minutes here because I've got to go do some stuff. But this is the start of it. So let's see. We're going to use our eyedropper to get the color we want. And hopefully it'll work with. Things and stuff. Yeah, I know, I'm wrong. Let's go a little bigger one. I'm not being too careful because I can come back later and fine tune it. Like erase edges where it went over for the coloring. And each color is going to be on a separate layer, so some colors will automatically go over top. Well, can Can you select her leg? You know what? I might be able to do that. Magic wand. Um, uh, let's see. Probably not the way that I'd like, as you were noticing, but I could probably go like probably do this. You have to select the layer on the line art. Oh yeah, probably. And fill. Okay, yeah. Let's see. So select. No, it's not letting me do it that way. That's with Magic Wand, so we'll lock that. Come up here. And as soon as I do this one, I can fill. There. You're at time. I wasn't expecting to finish it today, John. Okay, thanks everybody for stopping in. We're done. We'll pick this up tomorrow with whatever else I'm going to do. And thanks for the help about doing stuff, people. Getting to know the program better. And I guess we will see everybody tomorrow. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification. Black Knight. Yeah, you want me to draw Black Knight tomorrow? The more modern version or old version, Bullet? I wasn't expecting to finish today, John. I was expecting to start. And so, yeah, hit like, subscribe, notification, share, comment, all that wonderful stuff. Oh, Martin Lawrence. Yeah, I seen the movie. I got it. Anyways, and check out all the description links in the descriptions. And we will see you all tomorrow or later tonight on somebody's stream, possibly. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day.